to all of you. So, how everyone is doing? For the past few days, I was traveling and attending a lot of conferences, and recently I attended the Chennai. I went to Chennai for one of the event where lots of number of coaches from all over India came together, and we had a fantastic brainstorming sessions about coaching, how we understand people, how the quality of coaching can be improved, and a lot of smart-minded, but bright-minded people are there, and that's why I was not able to come online and have these sessions with you. But I'm back now to Bangalore, and I'm starting resuming this series of leadership gap. How I can help you to fill that perception gap where you performing really great, but then people in the organization are not able to recognize that one. They could still consider you as a delivery a person, but actually you have that capability within you. It's just there is some gap in how you showcasing your inner potential, leadership potential, which is not really highlighted properly and not visible properly. That's why the people at the top level, they not able to really consider you for the leadership roles. Okay, so that's actually the focus of all these everyday LinkedIn live sessions. And again, today's session again is connected with the same topic. So before I go into the topic, I would like to quickly introduce myself to all those new joiners who are listening to me first time. So everyone, this is Tushar Chaudhary. I'm a leadership coach for mid-senior project managers, and uh, I help the project managers who are having more than 12, 15, 20 plus years of experience, and you are really good in your domain, and because you're working for so many years, you become subject matter expert. You know in and out of all your domain, but the same, because of that expertise in your domain, you actually become very comfortable doing that work and you enjoy doing that work. Now, though you are really enjoying it, but somewhere inside you feel that you want to do more, you want to do take more challenging roles, but then the people in the organization, they're not able to see you as a strategic leader. That's the gap I would like to help you to fill, and this is where you feel stuck because you're not growing, you're doing everything right, you're performing, you have ample years of experience, but you're still not growing. Okay, because we still believe that your years of experience will take you to the next level. We still believe that my performance will take me to the next level. But actually, in today's corporate world, that's not actually, that is one of the criteria, but that's not the ultimate. The people at the top level in the organization, they want you to come out of that task focused mindset and go beyond the projects and solve bigger problems of the company, and that's why they're not able to see that one from you. So how we can really fill that gap? There's a perception gap between what you think about yourself and what others are thinking about you. So the how will you fill this gap? Now it is your responsibility to fill this gap. Okay, and that's why I come in picture to help you to build your influence ecosystem where you will operate every day 24 by 7 with your core leadership values, your core leadership strength, and through that you create impressions on the people, and impressions, the values, through your values, through your conduct, your code of honor and integrity, and through that you impacting people who are working with you. You're not only just bringing them with you, but you are moving them to the next level, and that's how the influence is created, that's how the legacy is created. That's where I help you to build that ecosystem, and through that you attract leadership role, high income leadership role. So that's about me. Now, today's topic, I think whatever I just explained to you, it's this same topic. I will go a little deeper into that. How we can fill this perception gap. There's a gap between a performance and the perception at the workplace. And let's understand that one. Let's go into the topic. So I want to start with a very painful truth here. See, many professionals, I mean, mid senior project managers I'm talking about, are working really hard, but they're not getting recognized. And they keep thinking that my performance will speak for itself. But in reality, it does not. Because in the workplace, Performance and perception are not the same thing. Let me reframe this. See, performance is what you do, right? And perception is what people believe you do. Okay, that's a difference. Performance is what actually you're doing, but perception is what people believe you're doing. And your growth depends more on perception. And this reality, does that really add a bulb on moment for you that this is something you're not aware of before? Please type yes in the comment section, because this really hit me strongly when I read this book called Reputation Economics by Joshua Klein. Now, Joshua in this book explained that value is not just created, it must be recognized. Because many professionals create value, but they don't make it visible. And that was a bulb on moment for me. I was, most many of us are doing a lot of great work, but and we are adding value also, but we are not really talking about it, we are not sharing about it. Whenever there's opportunity for us to talk about it, we don't really feel proud to say about what we have done, and we don't make it visible to others. Okay, I'll tell you one real workplace story from my project experience. I had a team member, very sincere, very hardworking, always delivering. But in review meetings, he hardly spoke. No updates, no visibility. At the same time, I have another team member. He used to speak clearly. I mean, he highlighted the progress. He communicated the risk proactively. And now, guess what happened? The second person was seen as more impactful than the first person. And even though both were performing, and that day I realized something very powerful. If people cannot see your value, they will they cannot reward your value. Okay, is that a bulb on moment? Yeah, type yes in the comment section. Now the question is, how should we shift or create this change? How can we fill this gap? You think that you're doing great, but the people are not perceiving like that one. How can you fill this gap? So for that, I would like to share with you three practical shifts that you should start implementing right away. The shift number one: most of us mid-career, mid-senior project managers are actually, I don't know where we got it from. I think it's from childhood that our society or our families, they always tell us that to be grounded and humble, and because of that definition of humble and grounded, we someone put that thought in our mind that if you talk too much about yourself, it's like you are boasting about yourself. But I just want to kill that thought right now here. See, talking about yourself, and because of that, if you're enlightening other people's thought process, I think that's a great thing. And if you're not doing that one, then it's a crime, because you are keeping that knowledge, you are keeping that wisdom to yourself only, and that's not leadership. So I've seen many people who are very silent at work, and they're doing great work, and they're not. So I want you to move from that silent working to visible communication. See, doing good work is not enough nowadays. You must communicate it. So instead of waiting, just say, "Here is what we achieved this week, and the impact." So by saying this one, you building visibility, you creating clarity, you increasing the trust. And you know what? I learned this from the book called "Show Your Work" from Austin Kleon, and I would like you to read this book. Show Your Work. So share your process, share your the root level tactics you use, share your the workarounds you made, and share the progress openly. Let people hear that one, because if you not share that one, how how will you enlighten people? How will you increase their How will you provide insights? If you don't provide insights, the wisdom level will not increase for the people you are working with. Okay, so if you are accumulated some wisdom and if it is with you only, it's a waste of, it's completely waste. So I want you to move from silent working to visible communication. Okay, shift number two, it's the mother of everything. I Because we are stuck into this mindset of task completion. Because of that, we are not really able to create that visible value to people. So I want you to move from task focused mindset to impact focused mindset. See, most professionals, they report the tasks, but they report like like a news reporter. But leaders, they not only report the task, but they report the impact or outcome it has created. So instead of we completed this module, just say that, this improves the delivery timeline by 15%. Now your work becomes relevant, it's valuable, it's memorable. And I learned this from the book called Pyramid Principle by Barbara Minto. Now I and start with your key message and making it meaningful for others. Okay, that's the shift number two. The shift number three is I want you to come out of that waiting for instruction, waiting for suggestion, waiting mode. I want you to come out of that waiting mode to shaping the perception, driving the decisions, shaping the perception mode. Most people wait for others to notice. You have this, I think, belief we have. Someone told us that, um, you know, if I'm doing great work, my boss will notice that one. My company will notice it. My work will speak. It's not gonna happen that easily. Okay, we are not that lucky. Not everyone is lucky. Okay, that your boss will speak for you. Absolutely not possible. Okay, leaders shape perception intentionally. So you can say that, let me highlight one key outcome from this work. The moment you say like that, you guiding the attention towards you controlling the narrative, and you building the influence. And this actually I learned from the book called Perception by Dennis Profit. What he mentioned in the book is that people act based on what they perceive, not reality. Okay, so if you really want to understand and whatever just we talked, if I want to summarize this one, I would like to give you a quick practical structure for you to implement. Work, obviously work on it, whatever work you're doing. When you talk about it, have a visible communication. When you communicating, talk about not only task but also about impact. At the same time, mention what are the risks you have considered, what are the risks you are anticipating. Okay, that's it. And then, what is the mitigation plan? What is the solution? Okay, so that's how I thought to share with you today this topic of filling the gap between perception and the promotion. Okay, so the next time, if you feel I'm working hard but not growing, don't just focus on perf- don't just focus on improving your performance. It's not going to help you. Let me Performance do not compound, your experience also do not compound. What compounds is your influence. So how will you create that influence? By improving the perception. Because performance gets you the results, but perception gets you the recognition. That's what actually I want to share with you today. Now, if this made you reflect, I want you to comment visible in the comment section, because your work deserves to be seen. Okay, and in case you are one of those mid senior project managers who are really working really hard and you struggling there, not able to go to the next level, and you there for long years, many years in the company, but there is nothing happening for you, I would like you to have a one-to-one with me. There's a link in the comment section. let's have leadership strategy call where I would like to help you to understand some of the blind spots which you're carrying. Because of that, you're not able to create that influence and impact on the people. Okay, so the link in the comment section, or the good news is I'm actually having a live webinar on Sunday at 10 a.m. Project Leadership Mastery, and there I'm going to talk about three-stage influential leader blueprint, called as TAL framework. And through that framework, I would like to share with you how you can build your authority, how you can build your impact and influence in the organization. Okay, so link in the comment section again. Please book the slot. Join there on Sunday at 10 a.m. Okay, I would like to see you there. And if you have any questions, any doubts to share with me, please DM me directly. I would like to hear from you. Okay, and let's have conversation. Okay, so that's it for today, and I'm gonna sign off now from Bangalore. This is your leadership coach Tushar Shodhi. Tomorrow, once again, when I'll come back again, I'll have one more leadership insight to help you to go to the influential level. Okay, until that moment, take care of yourself, implement whatever we learned today, and God bless you.